Hey guys, my name is JiroBoy and Happy New Year! Now, it'll be on Christmas, sorry, not Christmas, New Year's Eve, because around like New Year's Day, it's gonna be 2023. And so I'm gonna end this whole thing on this type on a video that I haven't got to get to do. And this video is called making a tier list. It's all kind. Now, I'd like to pick SML characters as my tier list. Well, now let me remind you, this is all my opinion on what this character stuff is. This is based on my opinion. So if you want to disagree, you can. That will be in the comment section below. So we got multiple different tiers. I'm not going to explain them all because this is going to be a long video. Now for the I don't know them, because personally I actually don't know a lot of these characters. Well, there are some, if you notice, there are some characters that have been used, even have been reused, so that's why I put them up there. Here's just to let you guys know. So let's just get the tier list going. Now I'm gonna first start with. Now, if you guys don't know, or at least some of you the old SML fans know, this is Mama Luigi. So, how do I feel about him? I think he's a meh. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't see Mama Luigi as a funny character, but I know a lot of fans, he is funny, he's good, he's the better Jeffy out of all of them. Yes. Even one I like too with Luigi, he is actually a funnier Jeffy than Jeffy himself, surprisingly. But I think he's a meh. He's not bad per se, but even in the remake Toad Mistake, he's kind of a jerk. So that's why he's meh. Now I'm gonna also pick some random ones. That's right. Now I'm gonna go with Jacques Philippe. I'm gonna say he's on the top tier. He's good. He's exactly one of the best characters out there. He can be funny. He's funny, and he does have a nice personality wise. And he's a very old SML character, so that's why he's on good tier. And if you watch Chef Pee Quits, he does make food for Bowser, and he's not really a bad character, so that's why. Next we get Black Yoshi. Now, how do I think of Black Yoshi? You know what? I'm gonna say he's a meh. He's not in what I will call a very bad character. Black Yoshi has his moments where he's good and he can actually help, and there's some Use Money where he's kind of just does nothing. Or in some videos, it is like Black Yoshi Scams, he's completely at his worst. But he's not bad. Even his transition from out of the Yoshi design into Dougie, he still keeps his he still keeps his personality the same. He hasn't degraded compared to some of the other SML characters so far. Yeah. Now I'm gonna get this out of the way. Baby Goodman is badder. He's not good. He has no redeeming qualities. He's exactly like Goodman, but he never grows as a character. So I'm gonna put that in bad. As for Bowser Jr., I'm gonna say he's a good. I'm not saying there are a bunch of moments. You know what? I'll change it to meh. He's no longer the good. If it was before SML kind of just ruined Bowser Jr.'s personality to more of a canceling kind of person, or even a sexist person, then he'll actually be on the good tier. But he's mad because even though he has good moments, he has a lot of bad moments. I wouldn't say he's bad. I think he's good. Now, we get below. Now, notice there are some personalities, but I'm gonna vote like some of the real cast, like Logan and Lavelle, Lance and Anthony, for voice acting per se. So, besides his I do think his voice acting is actually effect fine. Fine. Well, I know I'm gonna say he's meh next to Bowser. I'm gonna say he's meh, just like Bowser Jr. Like he has his moment. A lot of his gooder moments are from Bowser Jr. As for like Mario nowadays, he's not as good. Now for Bowser. Now, if it was years ago, I would put him in good tier, but sadly enough, he hasn't. I know Bowser is still a meh. He's fine, even though his transition is kind of just made him a lot worse than normal. And that's just me. But anyway. Next we got Brooklyn T Guy. Best tier. One of the best characters. I mean, he does, sure, maybe the low best tier because he does have his like bad moments, but he never ever has a decline in his character compared to some of the other SML characters that suffer from it. So yeah, Brooklyn T Guy is one of the best characters. Now for Bully Bill, I'm gonna say terrible. He has no redeeming qualities in the appearance that he has. He still bullies people, despite him getting beaten up by Jeffy. But I'll give him some credit. He doesn't go to the lengths compared to Jeffy does against him. So that's only his redeeming qualities. He doesn't go as far. Now we got we got Charlie. Best character. No, one of SML's best characters. I mean, he never let down his funniness, and sorry, I mean, Lavelle did a good job on playing Charlie. He's such a great and funny character, and he even survives in the most modern SMLs without being affected as much. So, yes, best character. Always give me a chuckle at time. Give me a chuckle. Like, now we got these two, CodeBot and JeffyBot. I'm gonna say that JeffyBot is the worstome and CodeBot is better. And just now as for Chaz, he's the worst. And now don't get me wrong, Chaz can be funny, but I don't think. No, I'm gonna say he's terrible. No, I'm gonna say he's a meh. He's not as bad than I could have thought he could be. Even in the remake, he's not completely garbage. Now, as for Shep Peepee, oh boy, where do I start? I used to like Shep Peepee as a character because he's the most relatable SML character of the whole cast. He's now to be turned into a prideful jerk that thinks that he's good as cooking, and he's disrespectful to Junior for certain reasons. So I'm sorry about that. I have to do something very, very quickly, but now I'm back, and I kind of forgot what I had to say earlier. But oh yeah, I remember. It's Shep Peepee, or I think so. He used to be good, but he's now terrible. He's very terrible. So the next we get is, oh wow. I know I would put best tier. Now no, this is Chris the Cucumber. Honestly, every time he appears, he's one of the best characters. He's one of, I would say, the best character. It's an old SML character, and he hasn't appeared in any videos, modern videos, since Jeffy was at it, but so his appearance appears mostly in the early parts of the Junior era, like one of the best. His first appearance is Salad Rap. Even though a lot of the facts he said is wrong, wrong, but he can always put a smile on my face because he's that good. As for Cody, the worst. And why is that? Sure, in Cody's bad word, he's more the victim in this case, but he does deserve to be called out for a lot of other things he does. But sure, he is a good character even back in the older days, but now he's kind of bland. He's now no longer the voice, even though he's the voice of reasoning, but he's kind of just turns things down a lot. But no, actually, he's terrible. I mean, he's slightly worse than Chef Pee in some ways, but at least Chef Pee keeps some of his personality from the older videos. It's fine. Greg the Devil. Good. He's one of the good He is one of the good characters. He is very funny. His charm doesn't die down, but he could actually be the best character if he appears in more SML videos. Which sadly, Logan wants to get rid of Craig because he destroyed the channel. Oh, there's a devil, there's evil. No, Craig actually does so many things wrong. The only bad things that he has done are minor. And that's it. Yeah, for Logan's case, it's just an excuse. I think Craig is just thrown out because is as an excuse, but he's now back, and his personality hasn't really gone downhill. So he's still a good character, but if he appears in more videos, or if he's have more bit of a personality, then he would be the best tier. Now we got a balance. Now I'm just gonna put I don't know this one, but next we got Doofy the Dragon. Meh. Now, if he appears in more videos, he would be good or the best. But sadly enough, like in the newer SML, well, at least the newest, they brought it back in the Dragon Ball episode as like Shinron, basically. I mean, a lot of his personality is cut down, mostly due to YouTube's guidelines. But even then, he's still a good character per se. He can get out of laugh, but that's about it. We don't get any more personalities with Doofy, and I wish SML would just bring it back. But he takes the fall similar to Craig. However, unlike Craig, here's the thing: Craig at least gets a few videos. Doofy has not, and that's just sad. Now we get Drawing Jeffy. You know what? I'm gonna say he's worse. You know what? I'm gonna have to come admit it. He's worse than actual Jeffy. I think Jeffy has some bit of a personality, but I would say John Jeffy is worse. He caused nothing but trouble. He's a bad clone. He's a worse clone. Oh, I mean, for Chef Poo Poo, which is actually an old character, at the very least keeps his personality. He's funny, and he keeps it similar to Chef Pee Pee. However, Drawing Jeffy does not. He's a worse version of Jeffy. Oh, and next we got Dr. Frederick Fingelmitz, because at first one of his words has, but I'm gonna say he's a good character. He's funny and he appears on most junior videos. I think he's a replacement of Doofy, but which I think that is Doofy, which is sad, but he makes it better by he showed that he is not in vain by being very, very better than Doofy in some cases. It's having like like some very funny moments. Now I think this is one of the kids. It's from like the series. I think it's Philip, or I don't know, but it looks like we have a duplicate. I'm gonna say he's Matt. I don't know much, but mostly I think I do remember that he in Cody speaks Spanish, or they talk about Spanish. He's using improper Spanish, even though he speak a lot of Spanish basically. So he's mad because of that, and not really much anything else. I will say Gumbo is a good character, even though he appears in 2 videos. videos. Drawing Jeffy were his Gumball's best appearance, and his work. And so far, he's not really turned out bad, but he ends up dying afterward. You know what? I'm gonna say he's a meh because due to the lack of screen time that we have with him. Okay. Next we got Hansel. Oh boy. I'm gonna say he's the worst. No, he's terrible. I mean, some videos that he's kind of just not great. Not great. Great. He doesn't seem to want to improve. And of his first video, he just shows why he's kind of just made Mario's life worse, like a lot worse. So I think he's kind of terrible because he hasn't really grown or changed, or at least show he can improve himself over time. I know we got Mario's grandfather. I'm gonna say he's terrible. I mean, a lot of the stuff that he said can't be replicated, but since he said that the fact he's getting old, but he's kind of a mean spirit. But rest of Mario's grandfather is actually a bit mean spirited. I do think is that because he think he's terrible because of that specifically. Now got Jackie Chu. I'm gonna say he's now become the worst. And like the few videos show, he does have, even though he does have his bad moments, but nowadays he just got bad. He's that level bad. Like back in early videos, he's funny and he actually teaches. And some of the other videos, he can teach like incorrect equations, like simple, like the math thing. Like he speaks improper Spanish. And also he actually said if it's girl going in the trash, which is the most offensive thing to say since because he is Chinese, which is kind of an offensive thing for him to say. Now for his son, he's a meh. He's not bad per se. I would say he's better than his father. Mother. I don't really get it. Now we get this one. It's Jeffy Jr. from Jeffy Has Kids. No, I'm gonna say he's worse than Drawing Jeffy. I mean, he has a personality and he can be funny at times, but he doesn't have as much of a personality. He's that bad, so that's why. Now we got Jeffy. Oh joy. Where do I put Jeffy? I'm gonna say he's the worst. Well, actually, I will put him as better, because a lot of reasons why. Now, I'll give him Jeffy some credit. He's better than the other Jeffy wannabes. He's better than Drawing Jeffy in some degree. But that's about it. Every time he yells at people, he breaks stuff. He shows not to be likable. Yeah, he's just downhill. He's not really, I would say, the best character. Next we got Joseph. Yep, he's the worst. I would say it's not because of something else really, but it's not because of his skin. The mostly reason being that he's just bad. Well, I want to say in the old videos he's fine, but now after Cody's bad work, he's completely downhill. He's not the best character. He's kind of the worst character. He's a hypocrite. He holds people accountable for certain things. For example, like Cody. He's not the most respectful person. But I mean, even in the older videos that he may be a bit disrespectful, he still have a sense, since he still can be liked. But now he just can't be liked. Now we got Judith. It's like Cody's mom, basically. I'm gonna say she's terrible. Terrible. I would say she's worse than Cody because she's kind of a hypocrite in multiple cases. It's, she's a hypocrite because he cheats on his husband despite Tyrone cheating on her a couple of times. And that's about it. She's mostly meant to be the butt of the joke that Cody's mom's fat, but to be fair, like Judah has not is I would say she's mad. She's kind of terrible, but I wouldn't say she's the worst. Now, as for Junior, I'm gonna say he's a meh. Yeah, not as funny as Chaz, but he's a meh character. As for Karen, she's the worst. She tortures Brooklyn guy. Well, not really tortures. She's not a good wife to Brooklyn. Good wife. She's lazy. She tried to make light in a negative situation, which is not really bad per se, but it's kind of holding Brooklyn guy back. If somebody like Brooklyn guy has a lot of jobs, I mean, to be fair, in my opinion, I think that she can be nice. She can be likable, but a lot of her negative traits outweigh her good. Way or positive. Now, Cody's sister, I'm gonna make it short. She's the worst. She's worrisome. She has one appearance. She's similar to Cody, except Cody has a bit of a personality. They're a clone. She has nothing to do, and that's why she's very like this. You know what? I'm gonna say badder, surprise enough, is Ken. Weirdly enough, I actually don't like Ken being this. Like Ken, I don't find him as an interesting character. The joke of he's a doll, it starts to get old very quickly. There's times he can be good, like in Spoke Ken, but there are times that that Ken evolved is not good, like in Bowser Jr.'s go-kart race. Got an honorable character right here. As for the Lion, I'm gonna say he's a meh. And as for, I think this is Strong Blood. I think this is original Chef Pee-Pee's dad. So, I'm actually gonna put him meh, because he's not real, even though he has a personality, but if he has more screen time, it would actually be great. Now we get, the Lone Dolphin. You know what, I'm gonna say he's the best character so far. The reason being because he's actually, in some cases, he's the voice of reasoning. He's the best known antagonist character in SML. The Lone Dolphin is one of the best antagonists in SML. Now, he can be the voice of reason at times, and he does know that he's out for trouble. That's why he's a good villain character, and especially in one of the few videos, he does get annoyed over Mario's shenanigans at times. Now, I'm going to go down a bit and pick now what I have to say about Scooter. Meh. Now, in my opinion, I think Scooter is better than Jeffy. He has some flaws compared to Jeffy, but he's nowhere downhill as Jeffy. Scooter has some better personality traits than Jeffy. Sure, he can be annoying at times, but he's not I would say a bad person like Jeffy. He's mad because he can be a good character at times. As for Bowser's mother, I would say she's a meh. In in older videos, she has a sort of a problem. I'll actually explain it in later when I react to some of the older videos. But she's an SML, a good SML character. Well, I would say good. She's a meh SML character. She's an old one too, an old SML character who hasn't appeared weirdly enough. Now we get Mario. Sadly enough, he used to be good, but now he's the worst. and because he hasn't really changed as much. Trust me, he's better than Jeffy in some ways because of his videos in the past. But he's nowhere as bad as. But he's not good anymore. That's the problem. As for Goodman, I would say he's a good character, despite a lot of his gags being repetitive. Unlike Baby Goodman, which he has no redeeming moments, he could be he is in fact somewhat of a better antagonist. by threatening Mario at times. Even though he may in fact not be the best he may not be a good person, but he is far better of a good character than Jeffy or Mario. Now for Patrick, I'm gonna say he's terrible. But no. Actually, I'm gonna say he's meh. He's fine. He's just a little bit creepy. Now for the Prada plant, and I haven't. I'm just gonna put don't know. So I think this is Alana, or I think it's Elena. I think this is Alana or something. Now for some of her voice acting, I don't think she's. I'm gonna say her voice acting is meh. Yeah, she's not bad per se for some of the voice acting she get, but I wouldn't say she's terrible at the voice acting role. Even though she plays some of one of the worst characters, such as Karen and Rosalina. We'll get to her in a minute. As for Lavelle, I would say as a voice actor, he's good. He's around the high good tier, around the mid tier. He plays top tier characters like Charlie, but he plays some low tier characters like Bowser, and Tyrone, and a couple of others. Now we got Ping and I actually don't know Ping and Pong, so I'm gonna put them there. But even if I think I have, maybe it's a while ago, but I'm gonna say that Ping and Pong are somewhat the worst. And oh yeah, we got Principal Steinbeck. One of the best characters. In one of my opinion, the best old SML characters. Principal Steinbeck. He has such a personality. He's better than the Baldi's Basic Principal, Baldi's Basic Principal is bland. Principal Steinbeck can put the work in it. It's sadly that he doesn't appear as much than he has in the older videos. But yeah, that's why I like Principal. I like Principal for his personality. As for this Ken, he's the worst. And for Richard, I'm gonna say that Richard is terrible. Unlike Baby Goodman, who is badder, or at least completely bad, really horrible. Well, he's just he doesn't really grow as much of a character despite some of his development, and he's back to the same where he is. And this category, poor, it will get annoying eventually, so that's why he's terrible. Yeah, Pee-Pee the Robot. I'm gonna say he's meh. This is before Shep Pee-Pee. Time where Shep Pee-Pee was good, so that's why. Rosalina. She doesn't grow much as a character. That character. She's an enabler to Jeffy, mostly. He caused pain to Mario for mostly, if I know. Oh, and that's it. Next up we get Screwball. He's a good character. Even in the newer videos, his personality doesn't really die off, or at least have some problems like it does in the others' videos. So yeah, Screwball is a very good character. Now, as for Shrek, I would say he's a near best character because he is an old SML character. Even though he can give me a chuckle a little bit, but he's probably one of the best. Sadly, I'm gonna leave him the best. despite he got rid of Shrek for some weird reason, the same way as Doofy and Craig, but he doesn't suffer as much compared to Doofy, who kind of just takes the short end of the stick. No, I'm gonna say like Shrek is good because due to that downfall. As for Simmons, I'm gonna say he's probably one of the worst. I mean, he used to be good, mad to now he's just the worst because now for Lance, now his voice acting, I would say it's not as great. Even though he has voiced some top tier characters, there's some of them like Jeppy doesn't really. I mean, Jeppy is probably the best voice acting, but there's no character development in the characters that he plays. That's what I'm just gonna say. Now, no, like the older videos, like this Shy Guy was kind of like a bully, but I'm gonna say he's kind of the worst because he doesn't have much of a personality. So, for the Rat is a one-time character. I'm gonna say he's a meh. I actually don't know this one. For Thomas, I'm gonna treat Thomas like a toy, not like Thomas from the Thomas the Tank Engine. So I'm gonna say he's a meh character. Just SML Thomas. If it was the actual Thomas, then he'll be low tier. Because due to the changes that he had, due to the changes of the newer Thomas. Now, Toadette. Yeah, dressing up in the most older video in the of Bowser's Jr. Summer School. She's actually great, despite having a different voice. She's not annoying compared to some of the other characters, but I think that Toadette is good. And for Toad, no, I'm gonna say like Toadette is one of the best characters, but Toad is the best. Yes, he's a very good character. He's also voiced by Lavelle, which is he's also a top tier voice actor for a lot of like the best characters. So yeah, I actually don't know much about Tony, but the one video I think is the Oreos. I'm gonna say he's a meh because I actually don't know much about his personality. Next we get Tyrone. I'm gonna say he's terrible. Well, at least more than Judah is. The reason being, he cheats on Judah more than once, more occasions than he has cheated on her. He's known to be kind of. He beats up Mario, which is assault. He joins in like some legal activity, but he kind of is not the best character. He's not the best husband or even a good father to Cody. Which is the reason why Cody is the way that he is. As for Woody, he's one of the best characters. Even for the few videos that he and he's probably one of the best characters to like. So, yeah. Next we get Bubbles. He's not the best. So yeah. I really have nothing to say. He's not really the best. We don't. I'm gonna feel for Tito. I'm gonna say he's. I'm gonna say he's like meh per se. He's not what I would call good, but even though, because most of Tito's good moments are from his YouTube channel Tito Totter, not really as much as SML. Now we got like the monster, one imaginary friend Jeppy. I don't say it's bad. It's one of the worst because he doesn't have much of personality. Next we get Candy. I'm gonna say that Candy is actually a very good character per se. Like sadly, she only appears a few videos, so she's part of a more lower tier. Like where her flyers lead said Candy. it always like gives me a laugh or a chuckle every time. Now, if you don't know, I think this really is Chili, but name is Cecilia in the Bowser Jr. Summer School. And as for her, I would say she's I would say she's good tier. She has her she's good per se. She's not bad enough to be meh, but she's not good enough to be the best. So as for the chicken here, I'm gonna say this chicken is probably terrible. It really depends on what kind. And for Chompy, I would say Chompy is meh. Like, no, Chompy is a good character because now we get okay. Dewey done Ditsit. I will say I'll give it a meh. Before I say anything, I don't think Dewey Done Ditsit is a bad character per se. He's meant to be an antagonist, but he's nowhere as good as the Lone Dolphin. I think he's meh. I don't think he's bad per se. So, oh boy, for Phoebe. I would say she's the worst. Not as much. I'm gonna say that she's terrible in some degree. Due to the lack of screen time, she has the behavior similar to Jeffy. But due to her backstory, makes you want to feel bad for her. And unlike Jeffy, you have a reason to feel for her. Not for Jeff, but Jeffy has no reason to feel since he doesn't change. So yeah. No, this is what a character's called God. Now, for this here God, I would say he's meh. Yeah, have his moment. He had like a lot of bad moments that doesn't make sense. Now, for Craig, on the other hand, does have some good moments. Now, as for the other Koopalings, I'll say look. No, I actually don't think I would put them all on this list because of a certain reason. So I'm gonna put all the Koopalings. Okay, I think I've got all of them. Oh yeah, I have. So Kirby. Now we get Kirby. Now he only appears in one, but I'm gonna say Kirby's actually I haven't really seen it, so I'll just put it right here. Luigi, on the other hand, he's a meh because of Ghost Jeffy. We got the same. Now for the older bits like Bowser's Stupid and Crazy Adventures, Peach is, I would say, fine, but I have heard on the list that she yells a lot. She's not really much bad. I really think that she's terrible. I wouldn't say she's the worst. If I actually watch this older video, I would actually change her to the worst. As for PC Goblin, I'll say he's meh. He doesn't have a lot of good moments, but I wouldn't say he's bad. As for Jeffy's dog, Poopy Butt, worrisome. It's not, I would say, a good character. Now, the Charlie's Fish, I'm actually gonna just put it just right, like terrible, because it's just a fish. But I would say it's meh because, like I said, it's just a fish. Now, Roy Gethard. Oh boy. I would say he's the worst. He doesn't have a good personality. I think he's made during the drama time that was there. So, as for this bird, I'm gonna put this right here. Oh boy, Sonic. Sonic is fast, but Sonic is actually a good character in the Mario and Bowser's Stupid and Crazy Adventures. Even though he was killed, but he's still a very good character. We got an extra Thomas, so I'll put it right. Now, for Jilly's basically voice acting, I'm gonna say that she's meh. I'm gonna say that she's not great, but I'll say she's terrible. She's not. I would say, you know what? I will put her meh because I'll put her good in some degree. if it's Logan's videos, that means she'll be terrible. However, in Tito's videos, she actually is good. Good. She also plays Tails. Now for Pablo, S tier, because he voiced Brooklyn Guy, one of the best characters. Even though Cody is no longer the best, he still does well with the characters that he voiced with, like Brooklyn T Guy. Where even though I seen it as like him getting like deaf, I would say she's kind of just a better character. Now this fake Junior is for some to say. Now we got this victory of both Junior and Jeffy. I think it's probably the worst. Unlike this Jeffy, he's not in fact I will say bad per se, but he's a baby as well. No, it's from pregnant Jeffy. So you want me to react to that? Let me know. But next up, we got Camille Hihilaba or Camille. Now, I think that Camille is not as terrible. No, he could be a good character if he has some personalities instead of just being the butt of the joke. And like Bowser's Chicken, he said hump day, and that's actually his better times than him just repeating the joke over and over again, making it stale. In the Wizard, I think I have seen it, but I think he's kind of he's worse. He's bad. For Harriet, I don't think I didn't react to any of his videos, but I have seen some, and I think that he's worse. He's completely bad. He's a worse Cody replacement, even though he has personality. He's a worse Cody replacement. We got these two officers right here. They actually don't know names, but one is I think they're based off stereotypes of something, but one is the worst, the other is just worse than that. Now we get on to, I think this is, I think this is also, no, but I'll just put it right here right for now. Now we got Face Eater. Now the video that I see, he's meh. He's not the best, but he's meh. Now for Gordon Ramsay. Now I'm gonna say that this Gordon Ramsay is not as good than the ones in Hell's Kitchen or Kitchen Nightmare. The real Gordon Ramsay, not the one in the plush form. Next is the Jumbo Shrimp. Best character along next to Woody. The best known antagonist character, actual monster, and with Woody. Exactly. Attack with the Killer Shrimp. The best video with he's the antagonist and got Woody here. Now we got Pablo as a doctor. I would say he's meh. I think this is probably like Lois Pooby's voice actor, but that's not a bad thing, really. As for Jeffy's new pet dinosaur, but like Booger, he's bad. I don't think he's great. He'll never be good like Chompy is. But we're almost done. Now I'm going to Chives, the butler. I honestly think, despite like the weird appearance of the newer SML plushies, I think he's one of the best out of all of them. Even though Junior's plushie form is fine, Cody's is horrible. Cody and Bowser's are just horrible, and Mario is not really the best looking, and Rosalina doesn't look like that she is anymore. And that's fun, but that's just sad. Finally, we got Penelope. Now, honestly, even though she could be a character, I'm gonna say that out of all these characters, she's one of the best. She is the voice of reasoning. She is one of the only few characters to call out Junior for his bad behavior. That's what saves him. And she's also the daughter to Brooklyn Guy, another S tier character, another best character. So, and that's it. That's my whole playlist. that's my playlist. And this, I hope you guys thank you guys for watching this video. And if not, I'm gonna upload this playlist onto my DeviantArt page. I will, guys, after I set it on my page, I will link it in the description below. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember, guys, to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name is JiroBoy, and Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's!